Hello, my Aloha tribe, and welcome to the Aloha Perspective, where you get a little bit of something and a whole lot of everything. And today, that whole lot of everything is Oracle Friday. That's right, it's Oracle Friday! And I'm here with some guidelines. So, I read these so I don't ramble, okay? So, number one, do not worry where the message is coming from. I only work from a good place. So, if you're seeing this, there's a reason you are here. Number two, do not make a card fit your question if it does not resonate with you. Forcing an outcome or an answer not meant for you can cause unnecessary stress and overthinking. You don't want to have unnecessary stress or overthinking. Number three, I will give you the message I receive in the message from the book because someone took the time to write it and put it together. So there you go. Those are our guidelines, okay? So number two, that's definitely stressing that one, okay? Do not try to make it fit if it is not meant for you because, like I said, overthinking, anxiety, stress, all those things. So this is pretty much the only deck I do not do the book on, pretty much because this is just the one to, while I wait for people to pop on and hop on. So, the last couple of weeks have been pretty interesting with these. I mean, pretty interesting indeed. So we'll see what happens. Wow. Oh, look at that. There's already 4 that flew right out. So we just need one more. Okay, one more. Let's see what happens. Alright, so again, welcome to Oracle Friday. I have the Urban Crows Oracle deck, the Magical Unicorns, and the Magical Messages from the Fairies. So, and of course the Angel Answers deck. So, come on. I know you go, hi Kelly. Good morning. There it is. It's like, come on, I know there's one more in there. So let's see here. Alright. Dun, 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 dun. Number one, ask your angels. So if you're struggling with something, if angels aren't your jam, ask your higher power, ask whatever it is you lean into, ask the universe, ask your inner self for that strength. Okay, so ask your angels if there is something that you were struggling with, you need to ask. And it's okay to ask, all right? It's okay. I know certain teachings that we grew up with says you cannot pray for yourself. You can absolutely 100% pray for yourself, okay? Don't believe the bullshit. You can pray for yourself, okay? I mean, because, you know, whoever your higher powers are just like, hello, I can't help you until you ask me for help, so ask me. And I will do my best to help you or guide you in the direction in which you need to go. So ask your angels. Number two, success. Success can be yours. And, you know, sometimes you got to ask for that help. Oops. You got to ask for that help to get that success, right? But again, it's not a bad thing to pray for. You know, when you, I don't know, this is not going to be a topic about religion because I can go in all kinds of sorts of directions with that one. But just know that, you know, your higher powers, whoever it is you lean into, they're just waiting for you to make that move and say, hey, I could use a lift up over here, please. Or please tell me whatever this situation I'm going through, what it's supposed to be teaching me. Abundance. Abundance can be yours. Now remember, abundance isn't just about prosperity. A lot of people think, oh, money, 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 money. It can be anything. It could be love. It could be friendship. It could be just abundance of wonderful things happening to you, you know, maybe consecutively, all at once. All these great things, right? Think of it as like fireworks. It isn't until the grand finale when you get all sorts of fireworks, right? But you get an array of fireworks. You get an array of designs and this, that, and the other. So that's abundance. That's just an accumulation of things that, you know, sometimes abundance can be bad, right? If you have clutter and all that stuff, then it's too abundant. But abundance can, for the most part, is more of a positive thing. And it leans in towards, you know, in some cases, it can lean in towards that prosperity, that picking up of life experiences, but it can mean a lot of things. But just know that since it's following the success card, it means that good things are happening and good things are on the horizon, and you just have to be open to receive it. When you're open to receive it, boom, it's gonna all that you're gonna open that door and it's all gonna start coming in. Remain positive. This isn't always easy. Remaining positive, I know it can be hard, right? It can be so hard. But here's the thing. When you start to have that negative thought coming in, what you need to do is kind of put the kibosh on it and say, no, I do not wish to manifest this into reality. I do not wish to manifest this the way or the other. Good morning, Eileen. And you just need to open yourself to, again, that receiving. So remaining positive, like I said, it's not always easy, but it is 100% necessary if you want that success, if you want that abundance. So remember, it's okay to ask your angels. Just say, look, I feel like I'm being poked pretty hard here. Can someone please, Archangel Michael, can you please come down and just protect me? Or, Odin, Freya, God, whoever it is, again, that you lean into. Okay, just ask them for help. It's okay. You are allowed. All right. So remain positive. And the last one, choose a new direction. Now remember, we had this card last week. So choosing a new direction does not necessarily mean that you have to choose the end goal. What it means is that the way you're trying to get there may not be working. So you may have to try something else. You may have to, just say, you know what, going down road A hasn't been working, so I'm going to go down road B. Right? You notice what I do with my head, right? And my hands. They're in opposite directions. You got to get on the same page as the direction you're going in. So again, that doesn't mean the end goal has changed. What it means is that maybe you should try something new to get there, because whatever you're doing right now may not be working for you. Or maybe you just need to stop and take a break and decide if you need to choose a new direction. Sometimes we push so hard, we move so hard that we burn out. I'll use an example. I play a word game, right? It's like Word Find or something, and you have to just come up with all these words for this puzzle. And I mean, I go hard when the puzzle first comes up and I got all these words, and then like the last 2 or 3 words just kind of give me fits, because it's like I went so quick. It's like, but if I stop, I take a break from the game and I come back later, all of a sudden it's like, oh yeah, why didn't I think of that earlier? It's because we're pushing so hard, so fast in one direction that we're kind of in a way tripping ourselves up. So give yourself time to breathe, okay? Take a beat, take a step back, and just allow yourself to, to be in that moment. All right, so let's go to the Urban Crows deck. Or, you know what? No. Urban Crows is it's not emo in any sense, but the cards are a little darker in color, so I think I'm going to stick them in between the fairies and the unicorns. Yeah? So, let's see. So, I have to say it while Eileen is on here. So I got this really cool label maker for my birthday. I mean, talk about knowing a Capricorn, right? And it looks like a little typewriter. I'm absolutely in love with it. I just bought makeup brushes, and I have to admit, I don't... There's a brush for everything, and I have no idea. So today I'm going to be labeling those brushes hard, and I'm so excited to use my label maker. So, wow. These just fell out of the deck. So, okay, let's see what they have to say. So thank you, Eileen, for that, because, some people somebody's all, you got a label maker? I'm like, oh my God, you have no idea. You have no idea how much my brain just loves this. So, and it's so cute. I know, and you can change the colors and everything on it, so, of the labels. So, anyways. It is like my favorite gift. So, but don't tell, because, I got everything I loved, but I love this label maker. It just speaks to the organization in my mind. So here, number 1, let go of stress. Don't take on other people's stress. Breathe it out now. There you go. I know they're backwards. You'll live. So anyways, let go of stress. Breathe, right? You're like, what the hell is she doing? Let go of stress. Don't take on other people's stress. Breathe it out now. A lot of times we tend to do that. We tend to, good morning, older sibling, welcome. A lot of times we tend to do this. We tend to just take on other people's stress, and that's really not beneficial, right? I mean, absolutely 100% not beneficial. So, because all we're doing is we're just stockpiling onto our own. Like, maybe you have stresses. And, sometimes people will do this. They'll focus on other people's stresses because they don't want to face their own, right? They're just sitting there like, yeah, I'm tired of my problems. So, hey, let's look at Joe Blow over here because they got problems too. And I'd rather deal with their problems than mine. So, that's not healthy. That's not healthy. You gotta deal with your shit. And you have to deal with your shit. Okay? So, the reason I say that is because when we ignore our own stuff, you're basically running from whatever it is that you were trying to get away from, right? I mean, obviously you're running from something you're trying to get away from, but you're running from something you should actually be stopping and facing. And when we stop and face it, we're able to kind of take back that control. But when we keep running, we just add more and more stress to ourselves. When we take on other people's issues, we add more and more stress to ourselves. And that's really not beneficial to your health. I mean, you know, life can be stressful enough without having to worry about other people's stuff. So, you know, don't take on other people's stress. Now, we're in the cards now where I'm going to read the book. So, I haven't gotten my new glasses yet, so let's hope for the best. So, your body has been tense because the people around you are wound up too tight. This has made you think that you're the only one who's stressed. Wait, let me try this again. Sorry. Your body has been tense because the people around you are wound up too tight. This has made you think that you're the one who's stressed when it's really them. Stress has had some bad effects on you, such as making you feel angry or sad. You may have also had some trouble sleeping. Now is the time to do something about this. Stress can worsen things, so it's important to let it go. Breathe in a deep gulp of air and think about all the things that make you feel stressed. Then blow those things out, and the angels and unicorns will take them to heaven where everything is fixed, or wherever your higher power lives. Okay? Yeah. Sorry, I just totally had a brain fart. Then blow those things out, and the angels and unicorns will take them to heaven where everything is fixed. All right? Stretch your arms and legs so that your body lets go of stress too. Now, think of something that makes you feel happy. You can also talk to a friend, a pet, or your angels and unicorns. You don't have to feel stress, anger, or sadness. You have the power to choose your thoughts and feelings. The unicorns hope that you'll choose to feel happy right now. So, you know, I know people are like, talk to my pet. There are fur babies, right? I mean, people sit there and make all these googly sounds at babies, right? And the baby's probably looking at you going, you know, I may not be able to talk, but you're an idiot. So that's always what I think a baby's saying to me. Like, you know, if I could talk, I'd tell you how dumb you are. But they're so cute and you can't help it. I talk to my cat sometimes like she's an infant. Because she's so cute. I know. That's exactly how it is. You're so cute. But she's probably looking at me like, if I were bigger, I'd eat you. But I know. What were we talking about? Being confident? So anyways, I'm in a mood. Yeah, I'm kind of punchy. I didn't sleep well last night. But let go of stress. And, you know, the card says it exactly. Just take your breath in. If you're new to the mindful breathing, you can do 4-4-4 or 4 hold 4. So you can breathe into the count of 4, hold it for a second, exhale to the count of 4. I am up to breathe into the count of 4, hold it for the count of 4, and then exhale to the count of 8. But, you know, you don't want to make yourself pass out because that's not good. But also you could just, you know, take a deep breath, right? I mean, it doesn't always have to be this mindful breathing. Everyone's like, well, I don't know how to do mindful breathing. You know, it's called breathing. Okay, but it's just focusing on. The only thing that makes it mindful is that, you know, we breathe naturally all day long, right? When we're mindful about it, it means we're just focusing on that breath. And what that means, and to me, what it does is it just removes you from whatever it is on your brain in that moment, just weighing you down. It's giving you that opportunity to just go. And that's all you have to do. I mean, if you stop and think about it, you're breathing right now, right? It's just you're focusing on your breath. So that's one way to let go of stress. Breathe in the negativity, or breathe in the negativity. I'm so sorry. I did not mean that. Breathe in the positivity. You can see the things I have to work on, right? So breathe in the positivity, the love, the light, the good stuff, right? And exhale the negativity. Let it go. Exhale the negativity, the doubts, the fears. And, you know, you don't have to do this over and over again because, like I said, I don't want you to pass out. That would be bad. But if you just, you know, and just, if you really are having a bad go of it, just, you know, breathe in that positivity and that love and that light, and then, you know, to all that crap. So, I call, my sibling calls that huffing, and I huff a lot. So, right? You know, and sometimes I think that's just our way of letting crap go, letting that stuff go so it doesn't sit there inside of us, you know, building a home. That's what you do not want. You do not want anything, you know, staking claim inside of you that is negative. You just want to, evict them ASAP. So best friends, true friends stick together no matter what. True friends stick together no matter what. This is true. Older sibling and I have been through quite a bit. And she has opened doorways for me in my healing that I never thought possible, and she never gave up on me, and I am grateful for that. Eileen too, there was a long time where she's like, hey, want to go do something? Not feeling all that great. And she still asks, bless her heart. So, but yeah, it's always good to have that really close friend, that best friend. At this point, older sibling and I are obviously like siblings. I mean, we adopted each other. We're both only children, and it's one of the strongest relationships I have in my life. She is my best friend, my sister, and I am grateful to be surrounded by wonderful people as well. I'm not just saying that because Eileen's on here, but I am grateful to be surrounded by wonderful, wonderful people that, who never gave up on me. And I appreciate that, because it was a rough go for a long time. But, if you have that friend, and maybe you guys are going through that tiff right now, just remember, best friends stick together no matter what. So figure out a way to work it out, even if you have to agree to disagree. If you are in an environment where you cannot agree to disagree, that's not an environment that is good. It's a controlling environment. It means that person just wants everything to be their way, their plan, their pattern, everything. And that might be a safety thing for them. That's where I was. I controlled every bit of my life. I hated being wrong because it just made me feel worse about myself, right? But then I realized, hey, everybody, at some point in our life, everybody's wrong. Unless you're Sheldon Cooper from Big Bang Theory, then you're never wrong. But no, in reality, we all have these moments, and it's okay to be wrong. And I know sometimes when we're wrong, people will say, I told you so, see, blah, 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 blah. Just ignore them, all right? Just say, hey, at least I admitted I was wrong. And sometimes they'll say, oh, well, what's that supposed to mean? I'm like, I'm just saying. Sometimes I'm just saying, when you speak your truth, sometimes that's how you can tell where they're at, because they may have low self-esteem, and low self-esteem can lead to bad behavior. So not always, but a lot of times. So best friends, let's see what the book has to say. This card says that you need to spend time with a friend. Perhaps you had a fight with your buddy, or one of you needs some extra attention. Take some time today to contact this person and share your feelings with each other. Oh, see, we covered that. The time that you share is a big gift to both of you. It also helps you become even closer. Sometimes you might feel alone in the world. At these times, remember that you always have the angels or your higher power with you. Ask them to help you with your friendships. The angels can bring new people into your life whom you'll really like. The unicorns can also help you feel happy whenever you're sad or alone. All you need to do is think about the angels, and they'll help you right away. We all need friends, and spending time with them is the way that people become our best friends. So reach out to the people you like today. Talk about your feelings, play games, laugh, take a walk, eat lunch together, or just sit and watch the clouds go by. No matter what you do, it's better to do it with your best friend. I have to tell you, I need friends. I don't want to say I need new friends, because I like my friends, but I need friends. I need friends to hang out with. I'm actually hanging out with one of my friends today. So that'll be fun. Lunch, coffee, I'm not a fan of the mall, but it's summer, and we can't always agree on where we want to go, so it's just like, let's just meet at the mall, because there's a food court and there's coffee places coming out of our eyeballs. So we have a pattern. We eat, we talk forever, we go get coffee, we talk some more forever, then we end up back in the food court, maybe for dessert or just whatever. But it's always a nice time. So it's just, you just kind of step away from the world for a bit. But no, I need more friends. I don't have a lot of friends, and I don't have a lot of people to hang out with. So I know it's sad. Everybody does their own thing, right? And I think part of the problem was going through the dinged up mental health spell and spiral that I went through. I think a lot of people gave up on me, and that's always hard. When you can't go somewhere, or when, you don't have a job and you may not have the money for something. And I think sometimes they're just like, yeah. And then they wait for you to come back, but then you're waiting for them. So, it's a double-edged sword. It's a double-edged sword. But I am grateful for the people who did not give up on me. And to you, I salute you. So thank you, because I know it hasn't been easy for any of us. But so the next card, thankful. Oh, thankful. Oh, and look, she's hugging a kitty, 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 kitty. I know, I love my cats. And a unicorn. Well, this is the unicorn deck. So I'm just going to preface this. Maybe I should make a fourth rule that if I say angels, gods, fairies, unicorns, whatever, just replace it with whatever your beliefs are, okay? Because it disrupts the reading when I have to sit there, or your higher power, so just know that, these are my beliefs, but wherever your spiritual beliefs fit in, hey, more power to you. All right, just add them in place. But reading the card helps me more without that flow, right? Or without that disruption of flow. So thankful. Think about the people and things you feel grateful for. I think I pretty much just covered that when I was talking about the friend card. So we're just going to jump to this. I am very grateful for the people who have not given up on me. Gratitude warms your heart with good feelings that are healthy for your mind and body. You can make yourself feel better by making a list of everything and everyone you're thankful for. Gratitude replaces sadness and makes everything go better. Gratitude is such a powerful way to make your life better that it's almost magical. Everyone loves a thankful person. They want to be friends with, give to, and help a person who says thank you. When you say thank you and really mean it, you find more reasons to feel gratitude. People who aren't grateful or who have self-pity actually make themselves sad. They can't understand why other people avoid them and why they don't receive many gifts. Sorry. They take away their own power because they believe that life doesn't give them much. But if you count your blessings and think about all the reasons you have to feel grateful, then you'll see how generous life really is. The more you believe that life gives me lots of gifts, the more you'll receive. Then you'll want to give to others too. To get more out of life, stop and feel grateful for all that you've received so far. Then get ready to feel gratitude for countless blessings that are coming to you now. I was just kind of chuckling over the part that says people who aren't grateful or who make themselves sad, or they can't understand why other people avoid them. I have to tell you, it's been a rough spiral and it's been a rough couple of years, but when I go out, I'm happy, I'm joyful, I'm joyous. There are some times when we talk about life stuff, right? And we're just kind of like, bleh. But for the most part, I try to be joyful and grateful. I think I was going through a phase, and I just don't think it worked out well for me. Love your parents. Oh, love from your parents. Love from your parents. But love your parents anyways, if you have a good relationship with them. If you don't, that's your choice. Not your choice to not have a good relationship. What I mean is, if it's toxic, you're fine. Just do what you're doing and be a good parent. So, if you have kids. If you don't, just be a good human being. Period. Always. So, love from your parents. Oh, I love this. This one, I'm going to say this. This one actually makes me miss my mom. My mom had great hugs. No matter what, your mother and father love you as much as they can. I know. My dad has been very patient with me over the last several years, and he's really helped me a lot. So I am very, very grateful for that. But I know he worries, and I like to think that my mom is watching down on me. So I know she is. I can feel her from time to time. My beliefs, but just in the traditional sense, because I know there are people who struggle in their relationship with their parents, or maybe struggle as a parent, but just know that if you're doing the best you can, people love you. Your people will love you. And I think a lot of times too, it's hard when people and their kids grow up and they go and start having lives of their own, and just know that, call your parents, okay? Call your parents. Say hi, reach out. Remember the old AT&T or Pacific Bell commercials, reach out and touch someone? That was call up and just say hi. So I know. I think I just put an earworm in siblings' head, but just know that your parents love you. And they worry about you, and sometimes it may come out wrong the way they love you and worry about you, like, well, you need to do this and you need that, and that's because they're worried for you, they're afraid for you. So sometimes you just got to take it with a grain of salt, just let it go in one ear out the other, and just know that they're trying to come from a good place. Okay, so this card is telling you that your mother and father both love you, even though you may not always be able to feel their love. Everyone shows love in different ways. For example, some people show that they care through actions, such as giving you things or trying to help you. Other people express it through words that they say or write. If your mother and father show their love in ways you don't understand, you can talk to them about your feelings. The bond between parents and children can never be broken, no matter what. Even during times of anger, parents and children still love each other deep down. If you focus on this love, it grows even stronger and deeper. This love also helps everyone feel better and get along better. If your mother and father are angry with each other, you can still love them both equally. If your mother and father are angry with each other, you can still love them both equally. You don't need to take sides. Everyone has something good inside of them, after all. God put love within every person. Your love toward both your mother and father is always deep and strong, even if you don't see one of your parents very much. Focus on what's good about your mother and father to help them and you, and be as loving as you can be. I remember years and years and years ago, there was a huge blowout in my family. And I told my parents, I said, if you make any drastic moves, don't ever expect to see me on the holidays. I will not come visit either of you. I will not see either of you because you've gone through this many years together. And if you can't figure out how to make it work now, then you know you're not worth my time. And it was harsh, but it helped. Even my mom said it helped. She thought it really made them think, or at least her. So, So, anyways, oops. Sorry, I'm shuffling. Whoa. Okay, sorry, hold on here. I don't know what's happening, but some of my cards are going in the right direction. Other ones... Oh, there we go. Okay. Some of them got flipped over by accident. So, this is the Urban Crow Oracle. I love this one. I love crows. A lot of people hate crows, but I love them. They're magnificent, beautiful creatures. Ravens. Have you ever seen a raven? Oh my god, I saw one up close. And I was laying in the grass and it hopped within like a foot of me, but it was right in the sunshine and I could see the purple feathers and it was just, oh wow. It was so beautiful. I love blackbirds. I do. But crows, they're very, very spiritual. They're very, very ethereal. I believe crows are the ones who are said to reportedly be able to fly between both sides, this side and the other side of the veil. So they're very magical as well. But, yeah, like I said, there's something magnificent about them. They teach us things. And when people aren't trying to shoot them and actually learn the lesson they're trying to teach, we can learn a lot from them. So, all right, let's see. I'm going to pull these out the way they came out. So survival. Ooh, that's a fox looking for a crow. But survival. This could be a lot of different things. The first thing that comes to my mind is maybe someone has struggled with trauma, or maybe you've been through the spirals that I've been through with your dinged up mental health, or maybe you've just been going through a hard situation and you feel like every day getting out of bed might feel like a victory, but also just that you're in survival mode. I had a dream last night and it was very interesting because I couldn't really understand it. And then one of my favorite people at my spiritual table is the goddess Pele. And I think that's more because, of my Hawaiian background and, I just, she, people can say she can be a certain way, but, I get along with her well. It's good to have that fire lit under your ass, right? And I remember thinking in my dream last night, there was this weird, how some people have slab leaks and the water comes up? I had a slab leak, but lava came up and it started going around me. I had to jump over it. It was only about maybe 6 or 7 inches wide at first. And I thought, well, what is this supposed to mean? So I said to her, I'm like, what is this supposed to mean? It's like, you were the goddess of volcanoes. It's like, I don't get it, because everything I'm looking up online doesn't make any sense to me. It doesn't seem to resonate. And the first thought that came to my head was, you can jump over, the scary stuff, right? The lava. You step in it, it's going to burn you, no matter what. Even if you were a fire walker, you had to get those calloused feet in order to be able to do that. So at first it's going to burn you. But the words that came to me were, You can jump over this into the unknown and just embrace the future and whatever it holds, or you can be devoured eventually by this lava by staying in your past. And I thought, wow, that's pretty profound, because before I jumped over the lava into that future in my dream, if I would have waited there, it would eventually burn me, right? And if I sit there and let it burn me, it eventually catch me on fire and then I'll die. And sometimes that's what survival mode feels like. It feels like we're just stuck in this space, and that, you know, we're slowly dying because we can't move forward. And at some point, we're the ones who have to push us forward. We may be waiting for that sign, we may be waiting for this, but you may have already gotten the sign and not seen it because you may not be ready for it. But if we sit inside of our pain for too long, it builds a home. And then it builds this place with walls and everything, and then it becomes a prison. Survival mode is a prison after a while. Survival mode for a lot of us that's how we had to fake it till we make it. We had to get there. But for me, in my perspective, when I hit the end of that journey, I started building up those walls around me because I was afraid of making that leap forward. I was afraid of taking that step. I was in true survival mode. Not the survival mode that I had been in from my trauma, but a whole different one saying, I can't do this, I can't do this, I can't do this. And so I got stuck. So I'm going to go back to an old metaphor I used to use, right? You have the sea of misery, the ocean of bliss, and this wall of waves. Well, that wall of waves is that lava. You know, and you have to cross over it or through it. You know, don't cross through the lava, you will die. But, or you'll catch fire and that will not be pretty. But in the wall of waves, you know, it's this big wall of waves that just separates. You know, I mean, if you're a Marvel fan and you've seen Black Panther, right? Think about that thing, that invisible shield they went through to get into Wakanda, right? The Wakanda's like the ocean of bliss. I mean, it's like, wow, technology coming out of their eyeballs, right? And everything else around them is chaotic outside of that bubble. And that's kind of what the Sea of Misery is. The Sea of Misery is just, it's waiting for you to stay there. It's waiting for you to be on the island of isolation, right? And you don't want to be there. You want to move through. So when we know we no longer need to be in survival mode, we have to find a way to get out of it. All right, so survival. Let's see what it says. The crow is trapped in a bush as the hungry fox patiently waits for his meal. When we are in survival mode, we are restricted. We, like the crow, cannot fly. The card calls your attention to how you are feeling about a situation. Are you hunkered down waiting for the threat to be over? Or are you moving, doing your best to find a path out? So you have the crow here, right? And the crow's just sitting there going, I don't want to be eaten. But, you know, if he moves forward or he moves backwards, he might find a hole where he can fly away. And the fox is like, damn, there goes my dinner. And that's okay, because we want the crow to live. I mean, we do want the fox to eat, but, you know, don't eat the crow. So, hey, eat crow. Sorry. I know. Like I said, I'm in a mood. But yeah, are you still stuck? Are you trying to find a way out? Like I said, when we're in survival mode, when we're in this healing journey, you know, whether you're at the beginning or the middle, or, you know, survival mode is understandable. But are you choosing to stay there? Are you choosing to just be there? I get it. Some people, their dinged up mental health makes it very, very hard to move. And I understand that. But I'm talking about people, you know, like myself, who, again, at the end of my journey, I freaked out so bad, I went back into survival mode instead of saying, hey, I'm going to throw caution to the wind and go with the flow and see how this turns out. You know, because it can't be any worse than where I'm at now. It'll probably be significantly, magnificently better by leaps and bounds, because I'm doing something to move myself into a better mindset. So survival mode can work for a while, but it's not a good place to stay forever. Mimicry. Come here, Scout. I guess this dog's name is Scout. So this card is based on some of her everyday surroundings in life. So I guess Scout is the dog. I immediately think of To Kill a Mockingbird, but mimicry. So I'm just going to read the card on this one because I got nothing. For that one. Another intriguing story from Gifts of the Crow comes from Montana and a crow that was able to mimic a person's call to rile up some dogs. That's just wrong. This crow's call was so convincing the dog believed it was its guardian calling out. Mimicry speaks to something or someone that is not genuine. Sometimes we do need to fake it till we make it and project a persona that is not our own to get a foot in the door. But be cautious, as it may come out that the words you speak are not your own. You are merely mimicking. This card may also serve as a warning. There may be someone less than genuine who is parroting words you want to hear to gain favor. Ooh. So, obviously that's a two-way street, right? You may take on a persona that is not you to get your foot in the door, but be careful because someone may be doing it to you as well. So if you feel like there's someone sketchy in your life, this card is saying just, don't just jump all in. Like, yeah, let's be best friends. Just, before you trust 100,000%, get to know the person. Okay, get to know them and make sure that they're not just saying something to be in your favor, to gain your favor. And the same for you. I always feel like if you have to pretend to be somebody else to get your foot in a door, it's probably not a door you want to be in. That's just me. And maybe it is. Maybe you think you can change things. And I can't tell you what to do. But a lot of times just take that very cautiously. Okay? Just be very cautious. If you have to pretend to be somebody else to be somewhere, to gain favor with someone, that may not be where you want to be. Because when you start to show your true colors, it could go two ways. They could either go, well, you totally weren't like this. It's like, well, I felt like I had to be this way just for you to notice me. And they might say, well, what are you trying to say? Because you never know. That person may be doing what they're doing because they're afraid to be themselves. Just be yourself. Be your freaking self. To all the people who go out on first dates, just be yourself. You don't want to pretend to be somebody that you're going to have to pretend to be if things work out. Just be you. Okay? Be you. So, be careful of the mimicry. That was a hard card. I gotta go through these a little bit more. So, territory. I'm going to read that one too. Boy, I really got to get to know these cards because they are stumping me today. Crows are very territorial. In my neighborhood, we have distinct groups that will not hang out too long on a block that is not theirs. Territory indicates that someone may be entering your space uninvited or that you may be the one who is the intruder. This card may also ask if you are protecting something out of concern that someone may be trying to step on your toes or take over something you cherish. So, are you being territorial or are you intruding on someone's territory or both? That's the question. So, I know a lot of times we get a little, this is my space. This is my area. These are my people. And if it makes you feel bad, don't let it. You can have people, but they may have their own people, or they may have their besties, or the people that they truly expect to just hang around and be around and all that stuff. And that's not a slight on you. So try not to take it personally. I know a lot of times in life it's hard because, we want to feel loved. We want to feel accepted. And sometimes we might intrude into someone's territory to feel these things. If it is not yours, don't try to take it. Okay, it's as simple as that. But you can be a visitor in these territories. It's like the crows, right? They do not stay long on a block that is not theirs. But they might be visiting. Maybe they're having a crow gathering. Maybe there's a lost little, flying elephant somewhere. I had to throw the Dumbo reference in somewhere just for older sibling. But, here it is. There's a line down the middle of the card, right? Each one has their territory. And if you kind of look at the card, it just looks like a mirror image. It looks like a mirror image. And then there's just this line down the middle that says, this is our territory, that's your territory. And somewhere in the middle, they might meet and just have a good time. And sometimes that's what we need to do. So what you have to decide is, are you intruding in someone's space? Or is someone intruding in yours? And, handle it like an adult. Okay, handle it like an adult. So, yeah. Wow, those cards threw me. I have to spend more time with them so I can understand them more. So, the last card is distance. When we're going through things, sometimes we need, how I said earlier, sometimes you got to take a step back or take a beat. You got to take a beat and take a deep breath and just let all that negative stuff go, right? Sometimes we need to take a long step back and look at things from a distance. One of the cards in the Angel Answers deck was choose a new direction. That was the last card in there. And sometimes it's what we have to do. Like I said, that doesn't mean the end goal has changed. What it means is that the way you're doing it may not be working out for you. And that you need to take a step back and look at it. Look at things from a distance to see, hey, what is a better route for me? What better choices can I make to get to, point B? And even if it's like, the first card in here was survival. Sometimes we have to take a step back and figure out where we're at to see how far we have left to go. I not purposely, stayed stuck in my healing journey at the end of it, refusing to cross the finish line out of fear, out of, just being scared of not, scared of the unknown, scared of what might happen, scared of what could be, instead of just embracing it and going, whoa, let's see what happens next. Like in a movie, right? But it's like a movie that's on pause. And you're like, well, wait, I want to see what happens next. But, maybe you're scared. Maybe it's a horror movie and you're like, oh, and you have to decide. You have to decide, if you want to push the play button on the VCR. That's right, I said VCR. On the VCR of your life, on the video of your life. Because what comes next may be beautiful. What comes next may be more of a healing journey. I kept coming up with things I needed to heal because I was so afraid to move forward. And all that did was hold me back until one day I finally went back to therapy and I had the courage to take that step over the finish line. But then I felt scared because I didn't know where to go. So now what I like about this card is I am able, I need to do what I can to take a step back and look at my situation from a distance. Get on that perch, that bird perch, the top of the tree and go, Shelley Marie, what can you do? And I think that's what we all need to do. Sometimes we need to take that moment to look at our lives from a distance and say, hey, am I doing okay? Is there any place I need to improve? Am I fine right where I'm at? So I know that's kind of the same as am I doing okay? But sometimes when we're doing okay, we may not feel fine where we're at. So you have to decide, are you in survival mode or are you in thriving mode? Are you surviving or thriving? Because the whole goal is to get to thriving, right? That's what you want to do. Maybe you become territorial of your survival space, and maybe the thriving space may feel like someone else's territory, but everybody's allowed to thrive. Everybody's allowed to do good, to be good, to have good things, to be abundant, to have whatever they want. Getting it in the divine right way. Don't hurt people to get stuff you want. That's not good. So to get the lay of the land, sometimes you need to take a look from a distance. Distance indicates that you would be best served by taking a step back so that you can see the big picture. You may be focusing too tightly on one. Wait. Oh, it's a typo. I'm sorry. You may be focusing too tightly on one while there is a whole world out there to explore. So, take a big look, take a big look at the big picture and, see where you're at. Check your distance to your goal. That was a rough deck. Oh, man. I don't know why my higher power said, hey, pick that one, Shelley Marie. But I do love crows. So maybe that's what I need to do because the crows have been floating around lately. They come and go sporadically, but and there's a lot in the city where I live and the city next door to us, but yeah, and there's always two. There's just two that come in, so I feel like they're trying to tell me something, but it's been a while since I've seen them. So we're on to the magical messages from the fairies, and this is our last deck, so let's see what these little beauties have to say to us. Come on. Maybe they don't have anything to say to us. Okay. That's so weird. This card says children. I had a dream about babies last night. You know what? My dream last night was like the movie Inception. And the weird thing is I dream like that sometimes. There are times when I wake up 2 or 3 times in my dream. And then when I wake up for real, it's like, wait, am I still dreaming? Or am I awake? Literally, there have been many times in my life where I've woken up going, am I still dreaming? Or because in my dream, I wake up from those dreams in my bed, in my room. So there might be something to that inception thing. But yeah, last night's dream was like that. I mean, I was all over the place. Even the world was flipping around. It was trippy. So, wow. Anyways, oh, there's some. All right. Okay, one more shuffle and we'll see what we got. You saw that. All right. Let's see. Let's see what's... children is still on the bottom. Oh, the babies are haunting my dreams. Anyways, don't know why, but maybe it's a new beginning, right? Like new life, new life, new life, new life. All right, card number 1, walk away. Walk away. But you know what? If you really stop and think about this, this can really go with that last card we just had. The distance with the crows. Leave the unhealthy situation and enjoy the new doors that open as a result. So that could also be choose a new direction. So there are many different variations of how we can go with distance or choose a new direction. You may just decide altogether, I'm out. I'm out. I'm over this. I'm out. And pick a whole new different direction. Or you may just pick a different direction to your goal. With distance, you may take a step back, look at the big picture and go, oh, no. Instead of looking for a new way to do it, you might just be like, yeah, I'm out. Again, I'm out. So if you are in a situation that is toxic, if you are in a situation that does not serve your highest good, that does not serve any type of positivity in your life, you need to be out. Okay? You need to walk away. It doesn't mean you have to walk away forever. It could be momentarily. It could be permanently. It's up to you. Temporary, permanently, it's up to you. But that doesn't that doesn't mean people around you have to be positive 24/7, 365 or 66 depending on the year. What it's saying is if you are constantly in giving mode, like of your energy, of your time, of this, that, or the other, and you are not being reciprocated, maybe it's time to take a step back and look. You could be in a toxic situation. You could be in a toxic, relationship, friendship. When I say relationship, I mean across the board. Not necessarily a love relationship, but, family, friends, whatever. Partner, just relationships in the generalized sense. If you are in a toxic situation, sometimes you have to walk away. If you feel like you've given, and nothing is happening, no changes are being made, no responses are being made, sometimes you have to walk away. And you never know. Sometimes the person may realize, oh shit, this is not what I wanted. I didn't want to lose these people in my life. I didn't want to lose this in my life. So maybe now I have to look deep within and check out my behaviors. And sometimes it's the only way that we can get people to check their behaviors is by walking away and making them go inside, deep, deep inside. That's shadow work by Carl Jung. So, right? I know that's pretty deep. Shadow work kicked my ass. I'm not gonna lie, it was the best thing I've ever done for myself in my life, but it was the hardest thing I've ever done for my life because it's basically me putting the mirror up to my face. So if you are somebody who has had somebody walk away from them and you're like, well, I don't get it, go deep. Sometimes a person may walk away from you simply based on the fact that you're not giving anymore. That you're like, hey, wait, I want to receive from time to time. And if that's the case, just let them keep walking. But if you're in a situation where somebody says, you know what, I can't deal with this anymore. I try to talk to you, it doesn't work, blah, blah, blah. You have to go deep, right? So these cards aren't all about, being pretty, like having this pretty, beautiful life. I mean, you are sometimes the problem. I have been the problem in my life. And I'm not ashamed to say that because it was part of my healing journey. It was part of my growth. We're human. We make mistakes. And for some of us, we make them over and over and over again until somebody says, enough. Enough. You get that mommy hand. Enough. Stop it. Right? And then you're kind of like, whoa. So again, leave the unhealthy situation and enjoy the new doors that open as a result. Now, walking away could also be what I talked about, going from survival mode to thriving mode, right? Going from surviving to thriving. The whole goal when we are in survival mode is to go into thriving mode. You want to go from surviving to thriving. You want to figure out how to take that step in between, right? To cross that bridge, to open that new door and go through it. And sometimes the only way we can do that is to walk away. So let's see, walk away. Oh, I opened it right up to your wishes granted. It's safe for you to make your desired change. You've been wanting to do so, but have hesitated out of fears about what the future holds and how people will react to your decision. This card validates that it really is time to leave. You'll be happier and healthier as a result. Ask the fairies to smooth the path of your transition and lend that necessary support. The sooner you make this change, the sooner you'll experience the bliss that your future has in store for you. I know, right? I just told you my story, and this is what I need to do. I need to walk away. I need to jump over that lava, right? So I don't get devoured by it. So additional meanings. Be assertive and tell someone your true feelings. Make a commitment to yourself and a vow to keep it. Start planning now so that you are able to leave, such as calling a support group, updating your resume, or squirreling money away. Go for healthful and vigorous walks. Now, when it says start planning, if you were in a very troubled situation, I don't know how else to put that. If you're in a very troubled situation, squirreling money away is not a bad thing. But I know that it can be hard, and I know it can be scary, and I know that some people's situations are like, well, Shelly Marie, it's not that cut and dry. You know, this person is, a little off. So I'm being polite in the way I say some of these things, but if you're seeing this, you know who you are. Look for groups. Talk to a trusted family member. Do what you need to do to make a plan to get into a healthier environment, okay? And or if you're in a bad, toxic workplace, update your resume. Don't do it at work. Do it at home. Update your resume and start putting stuff out there. And if you can, just say, look, you know what? I'm in an environment where I may only be able to meet you at lunch, or maybe we can do a phone interview, or maybe we can do something at lunch over a thing if you can't make it out there, and then eventually just meet them. But don't just quit your job, okay? Because we all have responsibilities. We all have adult responsibilities. So, but you are in charge of being the one to make yourself go from a surviving, situation to a thriving situation. All right? Patience, please. I get that a lot. Patience, please. Take your patience and stick it where the sun don't shine, is what I say. But you're like, wow, tell us how you really feel. What you're asking for is coming about. Have patience, as there are unseen factors that need to occur first. So patience, please, is basically code for divine timing. Divine timing and we have a very hard relationship. We have a very rough relationship. And, yeah. So anyways, patience, please. I know, I do need to be more patient. I'm just trying to be funny, but also share with how I feel about the patience and the divine timing. But that is the case. I know that in this world of, this is one of siblings' favorite phrases, instant gratification, right? The advent of technology has given us this kind of unnecessary need for instant gratification, whether it's texting someone or calling someone, or maybe you write a letter and it's like, is it there yet? Or we order something online and say, hey, this was supposed to be here 2 hours ago, and it gets here 2 hours and 1 minute later, right? So instant gratification. When we ask for things from our higher powers, the universe, whatever you turn your faith or your beliefs to, or maybe all of them, right? You have to give them wiggle room. So this or something better. What is it? This or something better. Whether you're manifesting, praying, or setting an intention, which are basically all the same thing. But, when you say this or something better, you give them a wider playing field. But also, as I've mentioned before in other Aloha perspectives, period, not just Oracle Friday, what you want may not be meant for you. But if you say this or something better, what is meant for you will arrive. And it'll be, it'll probably be so amazing that you'll forget, oh yeah, well, I had this specific wish. So just have patience. I know for me, you're probably saying, woman, you talk about how you're so impatient. I have actually become more patient. And I'm going to share this, okay? Because everybody knows my age. I talk about it all the time because I'm telling you, my 40s were a fucking shit show. But, because it was my healing decade. But I turned 50 this year, and for the very first time, I made Rice Krispie treats. Of course, I did not grab the Rice Krispies. I grabbed Cocoa Pebbles without even realizing it, probably because it was in my head because they're so delicious. But I told older sibling, I said, now I know why I've never made these before. And she's all, what do you mean, Emma? Because you have to have some serious patience. You have to keep the fire on low so you don't burn the marshmallows or the butter, you know, because you want it to taste good. You don't want it to taste like you dropped your marshmallow in a campfire. All right? Because this is not s'mores. This is Rice Krispie treats. But I'm sitting there going, wow. And it finally dawned on me while I was making these. It's like, whoa, I may have gotten patience. I'm still struggling with it a little, as you can tell. But there are things in my head which, you know, I've worked so hard to get towards, and just, it feels like it's right in front of me, but I can't reach it. It's like, you know, through that plate glass window, right? And you're just kind of like, seriously? When is somebody I just want to break this window already. So we have to have that patience. We have to say this or something better. When a negative thought comes in, I do not wish to manifest this into fruition, because you don't want to bring bad stuff into your life. You only want to bring good stuff. So again, that's where the breathing can in. Breathe in the positivity, love, joy, everything. Breathe out the doubt, fears, negativity. All right. So I do that a lot, don't I? All right. I seem so disinterested when I say that, but I'm not. It's just, that's my filler word. Like, people go, I'm like, all right, okay. So, or I'm just telling you, okay, you got it? Is it in your head? So the fairies manifest desires instantly. Whatever they think about occurs immediately, so they understand why you may feel impatient when your prayers aren't answered right away. This card is reassuring you that your desires are being worked on behind the scenes. Although you may not perceive those results at present, trust that things are moving in the right direction. You'll soon see and experience your desired outcome. There you go. So just a little more patience, okay? Pretend that, you know, the universe or your higher powers are making you this beautiful, fluffy Rice Krispie treat to give you, and that it just takes some time and patience, because you don't want it burned, right? You just want this fluffy, lovely, joyful tasting thing. I know I'm not a big fan of regular Rice Krispies, which is why I use the chocolate ones. But again, I used the wrong thing. So I guess technically I still have not made Rice Krispies. But I've made Cocoa Pebble Krispies. I tell you, you know, last week was just, I think my brain was out for a jog and forgot to come back. So, but it was fun, you know, and it's just something to make yourself laugh at yourself, and that's okay. So let's see. Additional meanings for this card. Heaven has heard you and is working on your prayers. What you're asking for is nearly at hand. You'll receive the money you need. Keep the faith, stay positive, and continue affirming and praying. Your relationship with your soulmate will soon manifest. Oh, that would be exciting. You saw how big my smile got, right? Wait before making a move on the topic you're asking about. So, making brown butter makes it taste amazing. Wait, making brown butter? Okay, Eileen, you're going to have to explain that one. Making brown butter. But, I know, sorry, I just got hung up on your relationship with your soulmate will soon manifest. That would be exciting. You know, last night I journaled. Dear journal, it's been a long time. I really miss kissing. So could you please manifest my soulmate already? Because I just want to kiss somebody. But, I know. What can I say? This is the shit that I put in my journals. But anyways, wait before making a move on the topic you're asking about. So, just be patient, okay? I know patience, we want to give it the middle finger, but you know, so there, that next card, it says springtime. It'll happen in the spring, but you know, whatever. Holiday. The answer you're looking for can be found during a vacation, retreat, or holiday getaway. Now, in a way, I consider this to be part of the patience please cards. And the only reason I say that is sometimes when it says things will happen or your eyes will open on your holiday, it's because you're not focusing on your life. You are focusing on, you know, having fun. You're basically letting go. You are taking that step back and looking from a distance at the big picture that is your life. And sometimes, you know, that's what's great about holidays. That's what's great about vacations, right? We can take that breather and just focus on no adult stuff, just living, being, existing, having fun, in this moment. And that's what we need a lot of times. We need to be able to take that step back and to just kind of look at the big picture from far away. And I think that's why a lot of times when you do the retreats, when you do the vacations, when you take that holiday, it opens up your mind, because you're not focusing on all the stuff that you know, you're just focusing on having fun. And that's what we need to do. We need to do that in everyday life. We need to, maybe not necessarily live like we're in vacation mode, right? But have the mindset of vacation mode where it's like, I don't want to be stressed about all this stuff. I just want to feel, you get that vacation mindset where everything is just about, hey, sunshine and roses and rainbows and flowers and all this stuff. And, you're probably saying, Shelly Marie, seriously, get real. But it's possible. That's the power of positive thinking. Think about it. When you're in your every day-to-day life, the first thing you're like, 2 more days till vacation. 1 more day to vacation. Yeah, I'm on vacation. And the first day, depending on, how your vacation is going, maybe you're stressed out because, you got to take a flight, or you got to drive, or you got to do this, that, or the other. And then your last day, right? Because you got to get home. But every day in between, you're like, now I can just breathe. Or maybe on that first day, you get to your hotel and you're like, yeah. This is the life. Now I'm in vacation mode. Now I'm just, sibling and I go to Colorado every September, and for our aunt's birthday. And actually it's her aunt, but like I said, we've adopted each other as siblings, so she's my aunt too. And getting to the airport, going through the airport is like, ugh. And then, you think, oh, well, I'm on the plane. But then you got to go through the stress of, getting a rental car, because rental cars aren't on site anymore. I think the last place I remember them being on site is Orange County. So, and that's only one. Otherwise, they're all spread out. So it's not until you get in that car and then you're like, oh God, now I got to drive up the mountain. Then we got to check in. Then we got to unload everything. So it's not until, you put all your stuff away that you're like, oh. Now, I know people love to live out of suitcases. I am that weirdo that actually uses the drawers in the hotel room. In our case, we stay at a big multi-unit lodge, so it's basically a condo. And I unpack straight up. I unpack. And I think it's because that, for me, is saying, all right, now I can enjoy myself. Now I'm free. I don't have to worry about anything. We're just going to be. And I think about the last time I was there, I thought, why can't I just do this in my regular life? Why can't I just, go with the flow like I'm in vacation mode? Obviously, we have responsibilities. Obviously, we have things that we need to do, but it is very easy to get into these negative mindsets. So when you start to feel yourself get into these negative mindsets, just imagine yourself in vacation mode. Imagine yourself on a retreat. Imagine yourself on a distant island, getting a tan, doing whatever, wearing your sunscreen, and just, take that distance, take a step back, take a deep breath, and go, hey, I've got this. I'm going to go from survival mode to thriving mode. So the holiday. The fairies know the importance of play and rest, and they're urging you through this card to take some time off. This vacation performs an important role in your life by giving you an opportunity to clear your mind and think about your next move. You'll learn a great deal from this holiday, so it's worth the investment of time and money. Additional meetings. A family get-together will result in significant healing. Take a class held in an exotic location. Visit one of the Earth's power places. Sedona's a close one here. Or Stonehenge or Avebury in England. I don't want to say Avebury. You didn't hear me say that, because that's my favorite place, and I don't want anyone to know about it. So, your prayer will be answered during the holiday season, such as Christmas, Hanukkah, or Easter. Give any stress or worries about a holiday to heaven and the fairies. Ask the fairies for help in arranging and paying for a vacation for yourself and your loved ones. Go on a retreat. There you go. Take a vacay. Take a vacay, give yourself a breather, even if it's just a weekend getaway. So, those are your messages for today. There were some good ones. I know the crow one gave me a little trouble, but I think it's because these are things that I need to remember, not be so territorial about things, not, take that distance to really kind of, see, be careful of the people that are saying, oh, they're the mimicry, right? Be careful of the mimicry. And be careful of not being who you genuinely are. Just be your authentic self. I know some people love that term, other people hate it, but, be true to you. If you don't like the term authentic self, be true to you. Be who you are. Be who you are meant to be. And if you don't know who you're meant to be yet, then, take that little lava flow, that little 7-inch lava flow from my dream, and jump over it. Jump into the unknown. Because I'll tell you, in my dream, when I came back, that lava had moved to where I was standing. And I thought, well, crap, how am I going to get to my bed now? Right? But there were like these little Indiana Jones path, like a little Indiana Jones path in there. And I thought, all right, maybe if I jump here to here to here, I can get there. But that's just it. It wasn't easy to jump back into my past. And it should never be that easy to jump back into your past, because that's where we hide. That's where we're afraid to come out of the shadows. Come out of the shadows. Go from survival mode to thriving mode, right? You know, go from surviving to thriving, because you deserve that. You're allowed to. And, you know, we all deserve wonderful things. Ask your guides, your angels, whoever it is you turn your higher power to, the fairies, the gnomes, all the wonderful little things in the world that you might believe in. And just turn to them. Ask them for help. Ask your angels. Again, ask your higher powers. You know, we're taught a lot that we shouldn't pray for ourselves, that we should pray for all these other things. But you are allowed to pray for yourself. I truly believe that God says, hey, I'm here to help you. I'm omnipresent. I can be with 1 billion people, 5 billion people all at once. Okay, now some people say that's impossible, but that's, you know, everybody has their own belief. Okay, and it doesn't have to be 5 billion people, because a lot of other people have different religions. They turn their focus to a different higher power. So I have a very broad and expansive spiritual table. And I think that we are allowed to say, hey, you know what, I could use a bit of a boost up, please. So please help me. But you have to trust, and you have to believe, and you have to have faith that it will be delivered. We have to have patience sometimes, depending on what it is that we're asking for. I know, I have to take my own advice. But we do. We have to have patience depending on what it is we're asking for, because, you know, there are a lot of unseen factors in the way. There are a lot of little intricate things, you know. I mean, we turn on a computer, right? We turn on our cell phones. But if you were to split one of these open, look at all the wiring and stuff that's in there. Sure, we get instant gratification from them, but there's a lot of work that went into that. There's a lot of things that, you know, fire up that we need to. You know, when you open your computer, it doesn't just turn right on. Well, mine doesn't. But there's a lot of intricate things happening, and that's kind of life. It has to go from point A to point B, and we just have to be patient while it does that. But you know what? While you're doing that, enjoy the ride. Enjoy the ride from point A to point B. Enjoy the ride from surviving to thriving. Because when you look back, you're going, damn, I used to be there. Holy crap, I've come a long way. I was talking to someone the other day. It might have been an older sibling, but I can't remember, to be honest with you, because I think it was in a larger conversation. And actually, I think I just thought it in my head. And I thought, wow, I have come a long, long way. And then I think I mentioned it to older sibling later. It's like, wow. So just give yourself some grace, give yourself some compassion and empathy, and just go with the flow. I know it can be hard. Practice makes perfect, and that's what mindfulness can help you with. And I'm learning mindfulness as we speak, so we've got this. All right. Have a great, great day, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. I will see everybody back here for day number 2 of body positivity on Monday. Again, it's a 30-day body positivity thing that I'm doing, but they're not consecutive days. It'll be Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and the other 4 days you can think about the lessons. Okay. So Monday, day 2, body positivity. Facebook Live, all lives are public. They start at 8:30 Pacific time, 8:30 a.m. Pacific time. Facebook Live under Shelly Marie Lucas, or you can catch the replay on my Facebook page, The Aloha Perspective, or on my YouTube channel, The Aloha Perspective. I will also be doing, for those of you who maybe want to just, you know, are on the go, I will be doing right after, for the body positivity, a TikTok series on that. Okay, so they're going to be 10 minutes or less. And like I said, it's like your drive-through, right? Just Shelly on the go. So you can find me there under The Aloha Perspective with Shelly Marie Lucas, or Shelly Marie. So again, have a great, great day, everybody. Have a wonderful, safe, enjoyable, fun weekend. And I will see everybody on Monday. Thank you so much for watching.